This video focuses on A/B split testing of ads. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's a search ad, a display ad, a YouTube ad, a Google AdWords ad, a Facebook ad, or a radio or print ad. The process is still the same. It's a process of keeping a control, just like you learn in Year 9 science about how to have a control, and comparing things against it one variable at a time until we have a winner. And we move on through the sequence until we have a bunch of winners, and then we compare winners. So let's just take a quick look so that you can understand the whole process. So in the case of what we want to start with is we want to test the big things first. So, where to advertise, what to advertise, okay? Rather than the little tiny details like, what, a word in the description and things like that. They come later. We test those later. What we want to do first is see the big ticket items, So what I would do is test, placements, or I would test search versus display. I would test, location or language and all those big things. And then once you've tested those, you want to come in here and you want to start getting down to a messaging level. So let's say you own a cafe or a restaurant or something like that, and what you want to do is see what appeals most to your audience. Is it the social aspect of going out, the ambience, or the romanticism, or something like that? Or is it the menu and the food? Maybe it's the drinks, okay? So you could test different things like that. I suggest at a time that you only test around about 3, because what happens is they multiply out and they'll get too big if you start with too many in the front end. So then what you want to do is you want to test your next, so you're going to set up 1, 2, 3 ads, and then you're going to set up initially 3 different variables for each ad. So we're going to set up an ad based on the social aspects of eating, and our headline, if we're doing a search one and there's no picture, then our headline is going to be something about parties or having fun or celebrate an occasion, gather with your friends, whatever. It's up to you to come up with a headline and spy on your competitors to see what works. But let's test, let's use the same description, let's send them to the same URL, but let's use 3 different headlines about the social aspects of going to your restaurant or cafe, and let's see which one wins. Then let's use 3 different headlines about the ambience of your beautiful restaurant, okay, your waterfront location or waterfront dining or whatever it is. And then let's test with 3 different headlines with the same description, going to the same URL, and let's pick a winner. And the same for maybe food. Okay, and if you wanted to test others, you'd do the same. And each time we're going to pick a winner. Now, once we have our headline winner, then what we want to do is test 3 different descriptions. So we'll have headline number 1 for all of these 3 ads about the social aspect, and then we want 3 different descriptions about the social aspects. And after we run them for a while, we come up with a winner based on the data, based on what got us leads or sales or conversions or whatever we're tracking. And so we might come out with that the headline number 1, when we talk about the social aspects of our restaurant, headline number 1 and description number 3 is our winner. Now we do the same for ambience and food, and we might do it for some others, either at the same time or later, depending on how impatient you are or how much tolerance you've got to test all these things at once, and budget, etc. Now, you've got to throw enough money at these that you get enough clicks to make the data reliable. Like getting 1 or 2 clicks and determining a winner is not going to work. You need, 30, 50, I'd prefer even more than that, 100 clicks before you decide a winner. Okay, and then you run this and you get 50, 100 clicks and you decide your winner. And then what you do is you might decide, okay, well, I'm going to run all 3 of those because they've all got a really good positive return on ad spend for me. Or what I suggest you do is progressively turn off. This one's your winner, so you know it converts the best. Out of all these 3, this one's got the highest conversion rate. So we know it's our winner. But these ones have positive ROI. Let's assume they have positive ROIs or positive return on ad spends. And let's try turning off that one and just running this one and this one. And are we getting what we need to do, so say this one was $33, $33 and $33 per day. So we're spending $100 or $99 a day. Let's round off to 100. So let's turn off this one and let's bump up the spend on that one and that one to $50 a day, and let's see, are we generating more leads and sales and better ROI or ROAS on when we do that. Now let's turn that one back on and let's turn this one off, and let's have that one running at 50 and that one running at 50, and let's compare that. Now let's turn this one and this one off, and let's turn that one up to $100 a day, and let's compare that. And then what you want to do, based on the results of that little test, you decide, hey, for my business, there's 3 different customer buckets out there. There's the foodies, there's the romantics, and there's the social butterflies. And I can make more money if I leave all 3 running. Or, no, most people seem to fall into that category and that category. So I can make more money just running those 2 ads. Or perhaps, you know, there's all 3 buckets and you're going to make money running all 3. So what you need to do is, once you have your winner, is test that. Now, then what some people might want to do, because if you're going to pour money into this for, 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, whatever, it's probably worth testing again. So what you would do is go back into this phase. This would become your control for headline 1, and you'd set up test a totally new headline 2 and 3. And then you'd pick your winner out of there and you'd test a totally new description 1, 2 or 3. And you'd go through the whole process again. And once you get to the point where the ad saving that you're getting is insignificant compared to the wages or time that you're putting in to do this, then that's when it's time to stop. But whatever you're getting savings that are going to multiply out over time, that are way bigger than the amount of wages or time you're putting into split test, then it's worth continuing your split testing.